Hi, it's James from decaf.com, the UK's leading decaffeinated coffee brand. Today, we're going to ask the question: why is decaf more expensive than regular coffee? In cafes, there is often an extra charge for decaffeinated coffee and people often complain on social media about it. So, why does decaffeinated coffee cost more? The simple answer is that decaf coffee costs more to make. In fact, decaf coffee is often subsidized by the cafes, and cafes should charge even more for decaffeinated coffee as they usually absorb some of the cost, so it's not too expensive. To understand why, you have to learn more about the decaffeination process and the journey your decaf coffee goes to arrive in the cafe. With regular coffee, the process is simpler and the journey shorter because regular coffee is grown, processed and shipped to the continent where it will be roasted and consumed. In contrast, decaffeinated coffee starts out as regular coffee and is grown, processed and then shipped to the country where the decaffeination process takes place. It then gets decaffeinated, packed and shipped to the continent where it is to be consumed. Decaffeination happens on a huge scale for the economies of scale to work and often needs to be shipped from one continent to another continent to be decaffeinated and then shipped onto the continent that is actually consuming the coffee. An example is with the Swiss water decaf process. Let's start with an example of Colombian arabica coffee. First, the coffee bean is grown and processed in Colombia. Then, it is shipped from Colombia all the way up to Vancouver in Canada where the Swiss water process decaffeination factory is located. Next, the Colombian coffee is decaffeinated using the Swiss water process and packed ready for shipment. Finally, the Colombian Swiss water decaf coffee is then shipped onto the continent where it is to be consumed and then roasted and shipped to the cafe where it's brewed and enjoyed by you, the consumer. So, there are two big additional costs here to consider: the extra international shipping costs and the decaffeination process, which is complex and expensive to produce. Sadly, because decaffeinated coffee is expensive to produce, roasters and cafes often use cheaper grades using lower quality raw green coffee and cheaper decaffeination processes. The result is often poor quality tasting decaffeinated coffees. Good decaffeinated coffee is more expensive to produce, so if you want to drink good quality decaf coffee, be prepared to pay more for it. Here at decaf.com, we recommend the Swiss water process of decaffeination, which uses water, no chemicals, to decaffeinate the coffee beans and is 99.9% caffeine-free. To find out more, please visit www.decaf.com or check out our YouTube channel for more videos on decaf, caffeine and coffee topics.